Michael Ham asks, if you were a superhero, what would be your name, superpower, look, and backstory? I haven't thought all this out. I haven't thought of a name, look, or a backstory. But if I was a superhero, I would love to have the superpower of just interdimensional travel. Just be able to just hop to any dimension whenever I want and just, you know, interact with people. Interact with like different types of species and like, I don't know, just different types of like versions of this world. Like, let's say, like, I don't know, somebody I didn't really want to be president became president. I'll just be like, all right, fuck this. I'm off to the universe where that didn't happen. Connor Flim asks, hey MT, smiley face. I give you the smiley face right back, Connor. If you could have brunch and a beer with any fictional character, who would you choose? Brunch and a beer, any fictional character. I want to say Carol Danvers. Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel. She's pretty fucking awesome. I love her. She seems like really chill during her downtime. At least she used to be. But if not her, then Armstrong from Valiant Comics, Archer and Armstrong, because this dude can drink anybody under a table, even though, you know, it is one beer. He would not stop at one beer. He would definitely keep going. Guys, read Valiant Comics. Oh my god, they're so good. Canuck, probably Canadian, asks, John Oliver or Stephen Colbert? Gonna have to go with John Oliver. Like, I like Stephen Colbert, but John Oliver was on Community, and I love everybody on the TV show Community, so also he's very funny and very smart. Stephen Colbert is also those things, but John Oliver is those things as well. And he also is from England, so he's better than all of us. Noah Siana says, MT, if you could do something for the entire world via one wish, what would you do? Easy. I would literally wish for more love in the world. That sounds really lame and really cliche, but like, if everybody had more love for like all other living things in general, the world would be amazing. Like, we wouldn't murder each other, we wouldn't kidnap each other, we wouldn't argue amongst each other, the earth wouldn't be dying from pollution, we wouldn't treat animals inhumanely, like, everything would be great. People just don't love enough. I know this isn't Miss America, I know I'm not in a beauty pageant, but like, I'm just keeping it real, even though the rules of Aladdin say that I can't wish for love. I can't change people's love. And damn it, Genie! Timothy Jake Lagasse asked me, what does MT stand for? Are you the official Master of Tainment, or is the title self-proclaimed? And what does the fourth wall of your room look like? Well, to answer that last question, if you watch my earlier videos, like really early, like last year, I actually film my videos from the opposite perspective. So like, you can see like my other wall and like everything in the bathroom pretty clearly. And like, I can just tell you that like there's a sink, and then there's like, I don't know, a couple of like other stuff. But if you watch my earlier videos from like a year ago, you'll be able to see what it looks like. Are you the official Master of Tainment? Yes. And what does MT stand for? Okay, so, all right, I should not go into this, but MT stands for Master Trigger. I'm not in a gang. This is literally something I made up in the 6th grade. It's long story, super short. I tell the story all the time, but I'm gonna make it super short. I named myself after Mega Man Trigger from Mega Man Legends, the PS1 game, one of my favorite games when I was in 6th grade. And I was like, hey, I really want to change my name. My real name is stupid. I kind of want to be Mega Man Trigger, but I'm not Mega Man, so I'm just gonna call myself Master Trigger. And so I just called myself MT, and everybody was like, all right, you're MT now, whatever. And so it's been like that since the 6th grade, which has been 13 years. Just really weird, because I never use my real name now. I never use it. My boss calls me MT, my girlfriend calls me MT, my coworkers call me MT, literally all my friends call me MT, so that's my name. I only use my real name for my taxes. What has to be your favorite superhero movie, game, show, / person? Okay, so, superhero movie, Captain America, Winter Soldier. Superhero game, probably Incredible Hulk, Mass Destruction. The game was pretty great, though obviously Spider-Man 2, also pretty great. And superhero person, yeah, Black Panther or Karnak or Captain Marvel, one of those three. Wombology 101, who is your favorite villain? All right, I think my favorite villain has to be Kilgrave from Jessica Jones. That dude is creepy as fuck, and I love David Tennant. Everything about David Tennant is perfect. Amazing Marvel villain, the greatest Marvel villain that the MCU has ever produced. All the other Marvel villains are kind of just like one-dimensional and like who cares, but like Kilgrave, watch the fuck out. Like, this dude will, he'll make you pee forever. Turtle asked me, would you fuck a turtle if it were your only way to continue living? Look, Turtle, I don't know why you asked me that question, but to answer your question 100% honestly, yes. I would take that turtle to town. I would buy it dinner. I would put on smooth jazz. I would stroke its head very softly, and then I would just get in there, because you know what's worse than fucking a turtle? Dying. I'm not that prideful. I would bang that turtle, make little Donatellos all over the place, man. Like, that turtle would be satisfied. Karen or Karan Brahma asked me, what did you think about this year's E3? I thought it was pretty great. I thought that Sony and Ubisoft had the best conferences, while EA was kind of underwhelming. Xbox did pretty alright, but, you know, was kind of underwhelming. But yeah, it was pretty cool. We got a lot of new games. What game am I excited for the most? I'm excited for... Oh my god, the pirate game! Oh my god, the freaking pirate game from Ubisoft. I believe it's Ubisoft. Oh my god. Something of Thieves. Sea of Thieves. Oh my goodness gracious. That game is going to be amazing. Like, I just want to just hop on a pirate ship and then with a bunch of strangers and then fight over what direction we're going and how to run a ship. It's gonna be great. Also, that Star Trek game from... Was it Ubisoft too? Stelton25 asked me, are you into gaming? If so, you should do videos such as reviews and whatnot on games. I love your current videos and I know you'd be great at these as well. Thank you very much, Stelton. I am into gaming. I love video games a whole lot. That's, you know, my name is basically based on a video game. But yeah, I have thought about doing reviews on video games and making more video game type videos. But I obviously need to work on like my current load and making more of these videos that I have now more consistently before I attack on anything else. I do have a couple of ideas for video game based shows that I have yet to execute, but I have been thinking about that and I would love to do something like that. Probably not so much reviews for like video games or anything, because I think that reviews are really much for people that are really good at critiquing stuff. And like, I think, you know, obviously I have my own opinions on things, but I don't think that I'm as good as a reviewer as somebody else, and I do have very peculiar opinions and tastes, so I don't want to say something is bad definitively on the internet and then people are going to be like, "Why, you're stupid, it's good!" And then I don't want to say if something's good and then people be like, "You have terrible taste, I can't believe it, like I can't believe you said that movie was good, it was a piece of shit." So I'd rather just like tell you guys about stuff rather than like critique something, because I don't know if I'm right, even though that's stupid. Like, there is no right or wrong when it comes to critiques. But yeah, that's my really long answer. Alright, moving on. Level 1 Mage asked me, what is your favorite genre of music? Which artist and favorite album? Interesting thing about me, I don't listen to conventional popular music. I don't like listening to the radio. The radio is garbage, in my opinion, though I'm sure there's a lot of good songs out there. I'm mainly a classical type music kind of guy. When I say classical music, I don't really mean like classical music. I mean, I do like me some Mozart or Johann Sebastian Bach, but I do love movie soundtracks the most, and that is what I gravitate towards, because I feel like, you know, movie soundtracks, they were designed to make you feel and to evoke emotions, and I'm not saying that other music can't do that, but I just feel like I resonate with that type of music more. So, that being said, favorite artist, very cliche, I feel like very basic saying this, but Hans Zimmer. He is a mastermind. I cannot believe that this man exists. He's the Mozart of our time. Everything that he makes is gold. My favorite album from Hans Zimmer has to be, I don't know, obviously I don't want to say the cliche Inception, but it's gotta be Inception. That soundtrack was amazing. Fantastic job, Hans Zimmer. Like, he put his heart and soul into that one, and it blew me away. It's so great. So yeah, there's your answer. Mr. Mississippi, which I love that username. It's not Mississippi, it's Mr. Mississippi. And Dean Deadpool asked me, what made you decide to make YouTube videos? This channel is really old, by the way. This channel has been around since 2008, technically, though my main 2 shows weren't started until, didn't start until last year. That being said, I remember starting my YouTube channel in response to seeing my first ever YouTuber on YouTube. I don't know if she's still around on YouTube. I haven't really looked at her stuff since then, but like there's a YouTuber by the name of Hey Nadine, and she was like the first ever YouTuber that I ever saw, and I saw her doing her thing, and I was like, this girl's like, she's making videos on the internet, and people like them, and like people, you know, she's being funny, and she's being fun, and I was like, you know what, this sounds like something that I would like to do, and so I remember making my first like YouTube video that I thought out, and I think it had to do with like the World of Warcraft kid, the crazy kid that was like really like who was like pissed that his mom canceled the World of Warcraft account, so he freaks out in his room, and I did like a little like review on that, and it was a long time ago when I was like really pudgy, and so since then like I've been like kind of on and off of YouTube, and I made a couple of videos on and off. I had a show called the LMAO show, which was, it's just pretty terrible when I look back on it. I took all those videos down. Hopefully I did. Oh god, they were so bad. But like a lot of people did like them, but you know, I can't in good conscience just have those videos up on the internet now, which is so bad. But I don't know, I guess to fully answer your question, I just really like, ever since I was a kid, I really wanted to have some type of medium to make people laugh. Like I love making people laugh. I think that I have a sort of affinity for comedy. I would like to think. If I'm not funny, please unsubscribe and just, I'm sorry I failed you. It just makes me so happy making people laugh. I don't know. It's like the most rewarding thing, knowing that like you made somebody happy, or like you altered their day for the better in some way. So, you know, I remember when I was a kid, I'm rambling, but I need to stop. Okay. I remember when I was a kid, I loved watching All That, and I always wanted to be on All That. I was like, dude, when I grow up, All That's gonna be around forever. I'm gonna be on All That, and that's that. That's what's gonna happen. And I don't know, I really wanted to be an actor back in the day, and like more of like a comedic actor. I still kind of do to some degree, but like definitely not as much. But yeah, it's like making people laugh and, you know, making people happy, spreading positivity and all that, and also telling you guys about nerd shit that you guys don't need to know because none of this nerd shit matters. All right. The Green Prince asked me, if you could be one person from the MCU and one person from DC, who would you be? I would be, if I'm from the MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe, I would be Black Panther, obviously. I don't know why I even thought about that. And from DC, I would probably be Alfred, because Alfred's a sassy son of a bitch. So I do like being sassy from time to time. And also, I live in a mansion, and that the owner is never around to live in. So I would just be chilling all day. I'd have to occasionally make the occasional soup and yogurt for my Master Bruce, but other than that, it's a pretty sweet deal. You know, and one of these days, Bruce Wayne's gonna kill himself, and then you're gonna inherit the mansion. Josh Ray asks, what would you consider to be the first real and true superhero movie? Easy, Spider-Man 1, like from like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. That is the first superhero movie that people actually cared about, like that kickstarted superhero movies. I think that X-Men 1 came out before Spider-Man 1, if I'm not mistaken, but I feel like Spider-Man 1 had more of an impact, and people just lost their minds over it. And that made so much money back in the day. Oh my god, that was such a huge deal. So I would say Spider-Man 1. Adrian Arendando asked me, have you ever been in Mexico? If not, would you like to come here and eat some tacos with me? I have not been to Mexico, and yes, I would love to eat tacos with you because I'm sure you make some great tacos. And I really didn't mean for that to sound like some type of sexual innuendo, but I'm sure you make some really, like, honestly, really great tacos. Aaron Goldsberg asked me, when did you pick up your first comic or hear about comics? I think I already answered this before. Picked up my first comic, like, actually bought my first comic last year. Probably around, like, I think April of last year. And I heard about comics a lot. Everybody talked about comics, but I never actually picked up my first comic until last year. So yeah. answering that question 2 times, because why not? Gaming is My Life 79 asked me, did you see the set photos of Spider-Man Homecoming yet? Yes, I did, and they're pretty okay. I guess we'll have to see more, because the set photos did nothing for me, actually. But I did see the concept art for Spider-Man Homecoming. He's fighting the Vulture. It's pretty great. Looks very promising. I do like Tom Holland, and the cast that they have seems pretty good. Like the high school kids. So, you know, we'll see what happens. I don't know. KWS2534 asked me, given that the all-new Marvel comic lineup has been much more inclusive when it comes to minority characters, such as Sam Wilson's Captain America, and the female Thor, and the superhero team, the Ultimates, love the Ultimates so much, do you think we'll see the MCU move in that direction in the future? I want to say probably. I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking in terms of switching things up, having Sam Wilson be Captain America, having, you know, Jane Foster be Thor, or having Amadeus Cho be the new Hulk. Though I would really love that. I think that Amadeus Cho would make a much more interesting Hulk than Bruce Banner, honestly, because no one really cares about sad-ass Bruce Banner. That's been done. Like, you can only have so many sad Hulk movies before you're just like, alright, we get it, you hate it, but just deal with it, okay? I think probably. All depending on, like, how things work out with contracts, and how they're planning on explaining character recasting, because I don't know how they're going to tackle that, but, like, they're going to have to think about it real soon, because Robert Downey Jr. is going to be Iron Man forever, Chris Evans is going to be Captain America forever, and everybody's not going to be everybody forever. I say, here's my idea for recasting, even though this is not a question that anybody asked or if anybody cares. I think that they really should implement or emphasize the reality gem of the Infinity Gauntlet. Because if something happens in Infinity War where, like, I don't know, the reality gem gets damaged, or it's constantly fluctuating, or like shooting these like waves out that like changes one aspect of reality from time to time, like you could easily explain recasting, and you could have the Infinity Gem explain why Rhodey isn't Terrence Howard anymore. Just be like, oh my gosh, yo, I'm Thanos. You remember this guy, Terrence Howard? Yeah, he used to be your best friend, but now it's Don Cheadle. Do you know why? Because of the reality gem, and I did that. So like, maybe something could happen in Infinity War where like the gem gets cracked and like it's just constantly changing reality. But that doesn't matter. Basically, it's basically how they handle recasting and the direction that Kevin Feige wants the MCU to go into. I don't know. It's very much a possibility, and I feel like all those factors, and you know how well this all new Marvel thing goes. But I don't know. Maybe we'll see. I don't know.